Welcome back to Give Me Five with Jones and Eli. Eli, let's have the GOAT debate, but for fruit. Who do you got at number one?
Well, Jones, it's a great question. First of all, let me just say, always have been a huge fruit guy every single meal of the day, whether it's breakfast, maybe we get a little bit of yogurt in there, lunch, just straight up, maybe for a snack, dessert, whatever you want. Fruit, love it. Let's obviously, you got the classic ones, right? You got an apple, you got a banana, you have the berries, they're nice. But I'm gonna give you an interesting one here. I'm gonna go with the mango. I get it. It's not totally accessible. It's not always easy to find. It's probably a little bit expensive and not always in season. But Jones, when you get a good mango, there's very few things better than that in the entire world.
The mango is simply the peach's little brother. How could you go for a mango when you've got a nice, juicy, nutritious peach in your hands? Well, what are you thinking?
Jones, what's the relationship between mango and peach?
They're both orange. They both have like the same kind of like skin around it. They look practically identical.
What part of a mango is orange?
Most of the mangoes I have much of an orange hue around it.
No, and a mango
What do you?
is yellow. It's gold or it's yellow, and the outside is like green or red. There's nothing orange about a mango. And a peach isn't really orange either. It's like pinkish red on the outside, and it's yellow on the inside. But if we want to move aside that, first of all, the peach, okay, it's good, but the skin of a peach, enough. I mean, is enough on its own to ruin the fruit for me. You're eating that thing, it tastes like you're eating fuzz. Like even thinking about it against the roof of my mouth gives me chills, Jones. That alone
Oh,
eliminates the peach from goat contention.
oh, the skin from the peach is so good. But I want to throw one of my kind of goats into the ring, and that's got to be the pineapple. Obviously, the skin there is not what we're talking about at all. But man, the juice in that one, the way it just refreshes you, a pineapple, it can go in a drink, a great pina colada. I mean, the pineapple kind of ability is endless.
The pineapple, there's a lot we could talk about with the pineapple. First of all, kind of ripped off the name from the apple. Second of all, it's the same in all languages except in English. It's randomly this other thing, pineapple instead of ananas. But it's for me, I do like it, but it's got to be really, really ripe. If you ever have an early pineapple, an unripe pineapple, that leaves a bad taste in your mouth literally for weeks.
Yeah, no, well, but I think that's the case with any fruit. Like try sour blueberries or strawberries that were picked too early. I mean these are the kind of things that can keep you up at night. Now, if we're talking about the apple debate, what do you think the goaded apple is? Is it the Granny Smith, as so many people like to say? You got a
I like
different
I
nomination?
like I like the red apple. I'm a simple guy. I know people like the green apple, like you said. It's a little bit too sour for me, but in general, on the whole, Jones, I'm not a huge apple guy. Look, I don't really get it, right? It's kind of bland. It doesn't have that sweet flavor as some other fruit. It doesn't have the great texture of maybe like, a raspberry or something. It's kind of just bland, and I get it. It's everybody loves it. It's on a teacher's desk. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's all around in our society. It's a technology company named after it, but I don't see the appeal. What about you?
I used to dislike apples a lot, but I've been eating healthier lately, and I think they're a great little asset. You want a bag of chips, you grab an apple. Apples are the world's natural, like Doritos or Cheetos. They are the thing to go to. Oh, just the cavemen would just pick it off a tree. I want a bag of Lay's. I just want an apple. You pick it off, and that's what you do. I think apple is just the original snacking fruit because the other fruits you got to wash them. I guess you could wash an apple, but you got to sometimes you gotta like pick them, take the stems off. An apple, you just hunk right into that thing and you're good to go.
I mean, that is true that it's an accessible fruit. I also agree that it's not that expensive in comparison to other fruits, but I don't think it's the original fruit. I think the original fruit is probably like a blueberry or something. That stuff you literally take off the tree and put it in your mouth. What do you think about berries, Jones? Raspberries, blueberries, strawberries? What's your berry of choice? Blackberries?
I'd like to actually say blackberries. You got there at the very end. They can be now. These are berries when they're tart. Big problem. Big no no for me. But when you're popping those things in your mouth, pop pop pop, explosion of flavor. Each little bead explodes with a seemingly new flavor. It's really beautiful when you think about it.
I don't know if it's beautiful. I personally don't love the blackberry. I don't know what's inside of them. They got like a weird, hard inside. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. I like the raspberry, and I used to be a big strawberry guy actually, but since then I feel like I don't know if this is a changing of the times, or maybe me as I've gotten more mature as I've gotten older. The strawberries, it's just so hard to get them perfect. If you get a perfect strawberry, mwah, there's nothing better. but 90% of the time I feel like I'm getting a mushy strawberry, a bruised strawberry, and then it kind of ruins it for me.
It can be a hard world out there. My final nomination would be the kiwi. You split that thing open and dive in and shovel some of that. That stuff is good, man.
That's an interesting take, and if I get to throw one out there as well, I'm going to say the pear. We didn't talk about that enough, but a pear or even a plum can be a really, really, really nice fruit. And oh my God, Jones, the watermelon, arguably number one.
The watermelon is fantastic. And also, I don't know how you do this, but disposing of your rinds, we always chuck the rinds over our fence into the woods. My cousin and I have competitions. It's a wonderful reality. This has been Give Me Five with Jones and Eli. A reminder to follow us on TikTok and Instagram to suggest our next pod topic. Eli, thanks for talking.
Always a pleasure, Jones. Talk to you soon.